Welcome to Cineights, where you get to know the best movies and series. Today's video is about 10 most visually stunning movies of 2023. I hope you enjoy this video. Be sure to watch until the end because I am sure you will like it. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video. Oppenheimer, Christopher Nolan's 2023 epic biopic, Oppenheimer, is already being touted as the iconic director's crowning achievement, and its thoroughly engrossing narrative is complemented by one of the most eye-popping visual experiences ever created. By the end of Oppenheimer, the real world likely seems drab by comparison. The Trinity test scene is one of the most incredible scenes in the history of film, and the fact that most of it was created with practical effects just makes it more impressive. Of all the spectacular movies in 2023, it's hard to argue any of them creates a more unforgettable visual experience than Oppenheimer. The Creator quickly proved itself to be one of director Gareth Edwards' best movies, thanks in large part to its incredible visuals. The film takes place in a world dominated by a war with artificial intelligence, following an ex-Special Forces agent who is recruited to kill the Creator. With gorgeous shots of space and jarring scenes of destruction, this film is rooted in its ability to stun the audience with its mind-blowing visuals. In that regard, The Creator is a smashing success, easily earning a spot among the most astonishing movie experiences of 2023. Napoleon, Ridley Scott's latest historical epic, Napoleon, has received mixed reviews thus far, but few critics or viewers deny that the film creates a remarkable visual experience. By the end of Napoleon, audiences have been spoiled by masterfully crafted battle sequences and staggering cinematography that help make this one of the most theater-worthy films of the year. Depicting some of the most notable moments in Napoleon Bonaparte's military career, such as the Battle of Waterloo and the Battle of Borodino, this film is absolutely loaded with memorable spectacles, and whatever shortcomings it may have are made up for by its ability to wow the audience. Killers of the Flower Moon. Killers of the Flower Moon is another gift to movie fans in 2023, and its visual experience is powerful enough to compete with the very best of them. The story follows the infamous Osage murders of the early 20th century, and the expertly rendered cinematography brings it to life in vivid detail. With explosions, murders, and unforgettable scenery, this movie is sure to leave a mark on audiences everywhere. The optical appeal of Killers of the Flower Moon comes not only from the quality visual effects used, but also Martin Scorsese's careful shot construction, which maximizes the impact of each and every scene. John Wick Chapter 4. John Wick Chapter 4 is perhaps the most visually appealing film in the John Wick franchise, and it's one of the most eye-popping films of 2023. This rip-roaring film is another classic installment in the series thanks to some remarkable cinematography and creative fight choreography. As John Wick sets out to avenge himself on those who left him for dead, John Wick Chapter 4 takes the audience on a wild ride that is saturated with engrossing combat and impressive scenery. John Wick franchise seems to have mastered its employment of violent spectacle, creating another film well worth seeing on the big screen. Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. One of the most impressive uses of extensive CGI in 2023 came in the form of the highly anticipated film, Dungeons & Dragons: Honor Among Thieves. This is probably the best attempt at bringing the iconic role-playing game, Dungeons & Dragons, to the big screen, thanks in large part to some pretty astonishing visuals. Honor Among Thieves manages to bring some of the game's most famous locations and characters to life, and the vivid detail they are rendered in makes this film worth seeing for anyone, not just fans of the game. After all, spectacle speaks to everyone, and Honor Among Thieves is nothing if not a spectacle. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, the third and final film in the trilogy, uses powerful special effects to create another immersive entry in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. With beautiful shots of space, plenty of explosions, and eye-catching action sequences, this movie creates another masterful optical experience in 2023's splendid catalog. This breathtaking film eschews the grounded, practical approach of films like Oppenheimer in favor of spectacular computer-generated visuals that effectively transport audiences to unknown corners of the galaxy. The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. The Hunger Games: The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is the highly anticipated prequel to the Hunger Games trilogy, following the early life of the main series' overarching antagonist, President Coriolanus Snow. As expected, the film delivers another action-packed installment in the series that makes extensive use of explosive imagery and beautiful scenery to create a highly enjoyable visual experience. Though The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes is a character-driven film, the life of Coriolanus Snow proves to be just as dangerous as expected, leading to a plethora of staggering spectacles. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. One of the most visionary animated films of the year, Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse also earns a place as one of 2023's most visually stunning movies. This film's stylized animation creates a unique viewing experience, and its carefully constructed action sequences have been the subject of widespread admiration. Though it also has a fantastic narrative and strong voice acting to thank for its massive success, it's hard to imagine the film receiving the same level of attention without the groundbreaking visual style that has been the subject of so much praise. Godzilla Minus One. Takashi Yamazaki's Godzilla Minus One is easily one of the most jaw-dropping films of 2023. The story follows the emergence of Godzilla in post-World War II Japan, and it manages to implement one of the most vivid portrayals of this iconic monster ever created. Japan's attempts to combat Godzilla are rendered in excruciating detail, making the film feel like a live feed of destruction and chaos. This movie is worth seeing for any Godzilla fan, and more generally, any fan of top-notch special effects.